It's saying, I love you. And then just being silent, or them saying like, thanks. That has never happened.
Have you guys ever told somebody that you love them and you get a thanks or thank you? Or cool?
Has that ever happened to any of you?
Wow.
And if so, tell us.
I feel really, like, that would break my heart.
Someone said it's a double standard.
You think it's a double standard? I could see that. I could definitely see that. Because then it also brings up the marriage thing. Like, women who get on their knees to, like, propose to men. Some people really
wouldn't do that.
I mean, I personally would not do that because I feel like, I don't know, I just want a guy to get on his knee for me. But there's nothing
getting on my knee. Baby, will you marry me?
But there's nothing wrong with the girls who do that, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I know, it's like I'm kind of split. I know I would never do it, but because we're so vocal about women taking charge, especially like in male dominated things, like when it comes to music and like how we're doing that too, I feel like we'd be talking out two sides of our necks if we're like, it's weird if a lady does that. I wouldn't do it, but all power to you, girl.
Yeah, like, do your thing. If
that's your thing, if you want to get on your knee and propose to the man, do you, girl. I ain't doing it, but all power to you.
Sometimes that works out.
But sometimes they will be engaged for 6, 7, 10 years and never get married because the man is like, babe, let's just stay engaged.
Somebody said proposing to a man is completely different. So you think that proposing to a man first before he does that to you is different than you saying I love you to a man first?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like those are both things. Like, I'm really shy, and when I don't say how I feel a lot of the time. So I feel like somebody has to like say something first.
CXH Overdose said, I'd rather sweep a beach. Said, I'd rather mop the floor. Yeah, like the only, and I'm only speaking hypothetically, the only way I would say I love you first, oh my gosh, I even hate myself saying it, is if it like slips out. If I'm like sleeping, because sometimes I sleep talk, very rarely. I even sleep sing sometimes. But when that happens, if I'm like, I love you in my sleep,
then that's like, okay, because you can't help that.
That's very rarely. I am never telling a man I love him first. I don't care how much I do. I don't care if I'm all the way in love with him. Would you?
I don't know. I can't say.
Char _ said I'd eat a jean jacket before I get down on my knee. Ooh, Prince _ LBRCJ said, damn, speaking of your song just came on. I know that's right. Do it.
I just want to do it.
Okay, so that was fun.
Oh, it's Dante.
Hey. Okay, so it said, so back to the question. We got on a whole tangent. It's more meaningful to me when I received a gift from someone I love, or I hear from someone I love that they love me. B for me. B for you, right? I feel like you said that. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's more meaningful to me when I sit close to someone I love, or I am complimented by someone I love for no apparent reason.
B.
It's
B for me because compliments, okay, I have a love-hate relationship with compliments. Sometimes when I'm receiving compliments from people about everyday life or about myself, I don't necessarily believe them, but sometimes, like, if a guy is complimenting me, it just makes me blush, and then I'm like, and then I'm like, no, that's not true. But then I'm like, oh, it might be a little true if he thinks so. You know,
especially if you're feeling him and he's like, oh, you look real pretty today, Ma. It's like,
yeah.
I just love compliments. If you want to be with me, compliment. It makes me feel so good. Just hearing the same thing over and over again from the one I love. What? Okay, we agree on that. Okay, you can read the next one.
Is this the next one?
Yeah.
It's more meaningful to me when I get the chance to just hang out with someone I love, or I unexpectedly get small gifts from someone I love. I feel like they're asking the same question, though. But basically, we've said this already, that getting the chance to just hang out with someone they love. But I think you were talking about the gifts, right? You love the gifts.
I do like the random small gifts, but then I do love hanging out. But we can't be together if we're not hanging out. But, this is my next question that we wanted to ask tonight. Could you all do a long distance relationship? Let me put the phone down for a second. Could you all, and would you want to do a long distance relationship? And that means like maybe completely different states, completely different countries. Not like the 30 minutes, hour doesn't really count to me. Someone said, "Hey, Mama Bailey." That's Mama.
Yeah, Mom's yelling. I could.
I could.
I am a very, like, loving person, and I feel like once I love somebody, I will, like, stay with that person. Mm-hmm. You know, I will stay with that person. I will try and try and try, and no matter the situation, no matter how far away I have to go, I feel like I am stable enough to will try my best to keep that relationship in check.
Yeah. I feel like we're both really loyal people. And I don't know, like when we like someone, we kind of have our blinders on and we don't really want anyone else. And I think because we work so much, the time that we spend apart from the person that we're with or whatever, we're not just being idle. Mm-hmm. And we have stuff we have to do. We have ourselves we have to take care of, putting ourselves first. So it's like the little rare moments where we do have off, it's like I'm only thinking about that person, you know?
Somebody said they don't trust a man in a long distance relationship. Long distance for who? I want to see you.
Ooh, okay. Makes a good point.
That is a good point. But I agree with you as well. Princess Kai said long distance kind of makes the love stronger, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I feel like distance, it makes it exciting, makes your heart grow fonder. And when you do see that person again, it's like spark, spark, spark.
And then like the little journey, like, you know, you're like 20 minutes away from their place or something. It's like, your heart's going like that. It's like, oh, I'm about to see the person.
Matt Nicholas said facts. All men do is lie.
Now, let me tell you okay, speaking from like a man point and not trusting. Men, this is for all the men. Can you all do a long distance relationship? If you don't see your woman until like every other month or something, would you be tempted by lust with other women? Like if there's a friend you got, you know, like how they say, that's my brother, that's my sister. Yet in the background, they doing that.
We need to talk about that. We need to talk about that. Because there are sorry I'm veering.
No, you're
But that kind of really... Have you guys ever had a situation where maybe the person that you have just started talking to or you're just got into a relationship with has a friend or a friend of the other sex who they call, oh, that's my sister. Oh, that's my brother. Even though they're not related in any way, even though they're not cousins... They are like...
And they're just a little too much like...
And they're just a little too on it. Like, oh, like, that's my brother.
And the girl's always like...
Like, that's my brother.
And then it's like, no, I don't touch my brother like that.
They're like, no, girl. I've known him for a long time, girl. Like...
And then both of them are very attractive. And they're both attracted to, like, the sex of the friend. You telling me nothing happened when y'all are lonely? Got a little wild night? Drinking and getting lit.